Hi everyone and welcome to Season 3, Episode 7 of Mighty Moron with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. So, it's getting interesting in the league. We've got about a dozen games left, if that. I think maybe 10 games left. And we come up against a direct opponent today. We sit in third and San Martin sit in fourth, 4 points behind us. If we win today's game, we'll go 7 points clear of them, get a bit of a gap into that third spot and really secure a playoff place, I hope. But if they win the game and we get drawn back amongst the pack, anything can still happen. First and second are pretty much sorted. They're about 10, 12 points clear of us all. So it's just about that third, fourth spot and trying to get into the playoffs at the end of the season. Can we get a good result today? Let's find out. Mostly the last couple of weeks in this particular game series have been going very, very well. I mean, it's a little inconsistent here and there. You see, we got a loss recently against Ferrocarril Oeste. But the last the last game that we played against Aldo Civi, we won 6-1 and finally looked as though we were absolutely at our very, very best. But since the last episode, a few games ago, you can see that we've had a few decent results. So things have been going pretty well. We haven't got as many games as I thought we had in the introduction. We've still got a cup game to come against Chacarita Juniors. But surrounding that, we've got maybe 5 games to go in the rest of the Primera B Nacional. So we are on the cusp of just about claiming a playoff spot. If we can win today, I think we're pretty much there. If we lose, as I say, the pack draw closer again, and maybe it's not a certainty. So it's kind of important. If we look in the competition page, you can see that San Martin sit directly in fourth, just behind us, 4 points behind us. We've got a long way to go to grab the coattails of Belgrano in second place. I don't think we can manage it at this point. But second, third and fourth all go into the playoff spots. So I think we're pretty much there or thereabouts. I think to lose now and lose a playoff spot would be quite some fall, wouldn't it? Considering the recent form has been pretty good. But today is a key game. Got to be on the mettle, really focused on this particular game, just to make sure that we can get over the line and get into those playoff spots and try and do a bit better than we did last time round. That's the intention. We'll see how that works out. But for today, it's all about San Martin. Let's get into the tactics page and see what we've got in store for them. So this is a very, very settled side now. It's been this way for quite some time and they're getting better all the time. The one big blow, we've got several little injuries here. The one big blow is Orozco. Orozco, who is one of our biggest players, is out for this particular match. Just at the wrong point, really. Saul has been playing the last couple of games because Orozco's been injured for a little while. But just at the point where we really need him, he's not here. Saul plays instead. He's doing okay for us. Hasn't pulled up too many trees, but 6 assists and 3 goals in his, 15 combined games of substitute appearances and first team spots. He's a perfectly good replacement for Orozco, but it would have been nice to have a full strength side for such an important game. Anyway, we don't have it, but that's pretty much the only change. Sanchez is keeping his place over Ochoa down the left-hand side at the moment, just because the settled side has been playing very well. You saw the 6-1 win in the last match. So all of that means there's no change in the tactical style or the formation. And today's lineup for the game against San Martin is Galvin in goal, Echeverria and Ortiz in central defence, Brogui at right back, Sanchez at left back, Federico Cabrera and Piero in central midfield, Fernandez on the right, Sewell on the left, and Colidio up top, with a bench of Corzo, Ochoa, Gaer, Cholki, Glabi, Valilba, and Galliano. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So because of the huge win in the last game, I've used the team talk of I want you to pick up where you left off in the last outing. So that seems to have got a decent enough response. We're at home today, which helps. I think San Martin have come in with a slightly defensive 4-2-3-1. So they're obviously not looking to get beaten if at all possible. We're looking to try and absolutely do that though. Take the game to them, control the game as much as is possible at home, and see if we can get an early goal and put them under pressure. There was a half chance in the midst of all of that. Nothing too great really. Then there was a corner comes in, but they get it again partially cleared, but we pick up the ball on the edge of the box and rebuild an attack using our central midfield area. Ortiz has dropped back into central defence now, and we've kept the ball quite nicely. Little bit complacent there though. Don't lose the ball in this kind of area. We haven't got too much of a last line of defence after this point, so we've got to work the ball nicely, and we do. We give ourselves eventually some space by going back to the goalkeeper, which is good. He clears it down to this left-hand side, and Saul wins the ball very nicely onto Cabrera, straight through to Colidio up top, and his shot is blocked by the defence. But some good movement there. We kept the ball nicely, worked it down the left-hand side, eventually more centrally through to Colidio. Took a first-time shot, but it was blocked very well by the defenders. But at least we're having a go, and we're trying to push at them, which is good. They've now got a corner kick, though. San Martin, corner kick comes in, and the goalkeeper chooses to punch it, and he doesn't punch it well enough. And he punches it directly to the edge of the area where San Martin have got bodies, and they immediately shoot back at goal, and the goalkeeper wasn't set then. The punch comes in, and Gouffre... he just unsettles the goalkeeper going first time on the shot, and the goalkeeper fluffs his lines, and we go 1-0 down after 25-30 minutes. And that's not a good thing. It's not what I wanted at all. We have to find a way to get back into this game. So as the highlight is going down this left-hand side, the goalkeeper claims it, so we're going to go in and demand more from them. And we're going to move from balanced up to positive and just see if we can keep moving at them. We win the ball very nicely. Brogy steps in and wins the ball in that kind of right full-back area. Secures the ball for us, and we take our time just moving it across into central midfield now. Finds Fernandez down the right-hand side. Fernandez into the box, and a penalty is given. He's brought down, and we get a fantastic chance just before half-time to go 1-1. Piero, and he doesn't make a mistake, does he? Into that corner, and we take a 1-1 draw potentially going into half-time, which is better than it looked a few minutes ago, so we'll take it. A nice sweeping move again, found the right-hand side with Fernandez driving into the penalty box and was brought down. And that gives us the chance to go in at half-time, equal, 1-1. So we've come back into the game. So far, it's not looked too bad. 69% of the possession, which is decent. 7 shots a goal, 2 on target, 4 and 3 for them, sorry. So their conversion rate to chances on target is good, but they haven't had as many chances as we've had. So we've got to start converting if we can. So let's put the onus on them a little bit. We're going to go assertively and say we can still win this, keep working hard, and the result will come. And then we're going to send them straight back out into the second half and again demand more. They play about with it a little bit at the back, but we managed to regain possession in our defensive area, take it centrally with Fernandez, should I say, rise a couple of challenges, gets in the box again and then takes a pot shot and hits the side netting where he potentially should have hit it across goal at least, or across to one of our oncoming attackers maybe. Not quite the right choice, but did really well to get into that position in the first place, didn't he? 64 minutes gone. It's gone a little bit quiet. We're not creating as many chances in this second half. After 70 minutes, we've got a throw-in down our right-hand side, but it's now time to make a couple of changes so we can keep moving forward in the game. Cabrera, not doing fantastically well, has got a yellow card, so we'll take him out and we'll put Chalky in and he can play the Metzala role. We've got 6.5 for Saul, the replacement for Orozco down the left-hand side. So he's not doing brilliantly today, is he? We don't have a fantastic direct replacement, but what we're going to do is we're going to put Valilba on, but we'll switch him and Fernandez round. So they play the opposite sides, as it were. Fernandez can play both sides, kind of. It's not the best option, but it's not too bad. Colidio, been a little quiet up front, really. So we'll put Galliano on for the last few moments of the game. 20 minutes to go. Throwing down the right-hand side. They get a block on it, but we pick up the ball again in the sort of defensive area, Echeverria. and we pass the ball nicely, find the space for Brogy down the right hand side and drops it back into central midfield again, keeping the possession, keeping the ball moving, trying to get San Martin out from their shape and find the gaps. And there's the gap behind for Fernandez, and he blasts the ball directly at the frame of the goal, unfortunately, and it goes over the top and doesn't cause them any problems. We had a perfect chance there, didn't quite manage to take it, but again we encroached on goal. One last time, let's go with push forward, and we'll go into very attacking for the last few minutes. And it was too late, wasn't it? Too late, and we eventually get a 1-1 draw, and it keeps us in that third spot, but we don't increase the points total between us and the fourth spot, unfortunately. So they're still sitting 4 behind us. It's not too bad. We've got a bit of a cushion. We've only got those sort of 5 games to come, so it's looking decent. But a win would have just pushed us over the edge, wouldn't it, for today? Didn't quite get it though. So let's go into the team talk. And suggest calmly you are unlucky today. It switched a few of them off. Okay, that's, one of those unfortunate things, isn't it? I thought we were unlucky though. Let's go in and have a look at the analysis page and see where we won and lost our bits today, our battles today, should I say, and see how we end up with a draw. But I think we were a bit unlucky. So immediately on the summary page, you can see that we were dominant. We had 10 shots at goal to their 5. We had 2 on target, which was the area that we suffered the most in today. That's the key bit. I think we'll have a look at that a little bit more detail in a second. Possession was good, 62%. Anywhere above 60%, I'm happy with it in this kind of formation and structure. Our average rating were even for both sides, which is a little bit disappointing, but again, it demonstrates why we ended up with a draw. If we go into the main analysis page, you can see that we had a lot of midfield possession and probably didn't quite do enough with it to get our strikers on goal in the best places possible. But it was decent. The wide areas were used very nicely, both right and left, primarily on the right-hand side, though. Fernandez getting a few chances, cutting in and getting that penalty, and then having at least one other effort that hit the side netting, which was unfortunate. So not too bad. Heat map suggests that we were in good positions, using quite a lot of the width of the pitch, which is fantastic. So overall, it wasn't a bad performance necessarily, but it was that shooting accuracy that was the problem. I think this is what we're going to find. If we go and have a look specifically, those are the 2 goals. We're going to just take away the San Martin one and focus on our own. So that was the goal from Piero from the penalty spot. So we take that and look at our off target. Now we had 2 down this right hand side that probably shouldn't have been taken as shots because they were quite wide of the goal. We had 1 very, very long shot from outside the box that just went sailing wide, and then 2 really good attempts down the left hand side, just slightly deeper into the penalty box, that you would have expected a little bit more from, and we went over the top of the bar basically. So there's the shooting accuracy, and it came from all sorts of players. Calidio, Valilba, and Calidio on this side with Fernandez with the long shot. So yeah, unfortunate. We hit the woodwork twice, the bar both times from Fernandez. So it was unfortunate that he just didn't have his shooting boots on today. Got into plenty of good positions and just had one of those games where it didn't quite work out for him and he couldn't quite challenge the goalkeeper enough. We had 1 effort that was saved, again from Fernandez, and 2 that were blocked, 1 from Hernandez and 1 from Calidio. So you can see that's where we lost the opportunity to win today's game, really. We had a decent amount of possession. We got into really good positions, and then just at that last moment, the quality wasn't quite there. And I think that's pretty much as we need to see in terms of understanding today's game. But we'll go and check out a couple of extra things, just as I usually do anyway. Intercepted passes. Again, these ones are great because there's a good clearances getting it over the halfway line or towards the halfway line. These ones, I don't think there are too many today in this area moving forward that weren't able to find their target. So I'm not unhappy totally. But you can see number 7 shows up. Piero shows up quite a bit in this scenario. So does Federico. So a little bit of an issue in their consistency in the passing there. But if we look at the out of play today, this is fantastic. So few. So the accuracy of passing was decent in this sense. We didn't just boot it out too many times. These two were obviously clearing their lines, as was this one down the line. It didn't quite work. But these two, maybe these two could have been better at just giving another opportunity for someone in the penalty box to have a strike at goal. But overall, I'm not unhappy with that. I think that's pretty good. And 3 key passes, 2 from Cabrera and 1 from Piero. So the central midfield 2 working down towards the goal, which is good. Didn't quite come off for us today, though, did it, really? Bit unfortunate, I think. Let's just have a look at one other of these categories, and let's look at the scoring chances. And we only had 2 clear-cut that they've recognised as clear-cut. Obviously, one was from the penalty spot, and the other one was missed by Calidio. All of the other ones from Fernandez, for example, were kind of half chances and slightly unfortunate not to get better from them. But overall, I think I'm happy enough with the actual gameplay. I just hoped that maybe we could have had a little bit more quality on the finishing. And this is the screen that will show it best. You've got 3 that sailed over the crossbar. You've got 3, a couple that hit the post. You've got 2 that went sailing to the right-hand side by Fernandez, and those 2 on target, other than the goal itself, 1 from Calidio and 1 from Fernandez. If 1 or 2 of these had been more on target down the sides of the goal, making the goalkeeper work, maybe we could have come away with the 3 points today. But as it stands, we didn't. We came back into the game at the end of the first half and managed to get ourselves a draw, which was decent enough. It keeps us away from San Martin with a little bit of a cushion, which is fantastic leading into the final few games of the season. So there you go. That's the match day experience today. And we just come out and check in with the league position. Shows again that we're sitting in 3rd. We've still got 12-point gap between us and 2nd. I think that's done and dusted. But we've just got to maintain our discipline and stay clear of the chasing pack just behind us in the league. So what are we going to do in the last game of the season? Who is our opponents? Let's go back into the schedule and find out. So one more episode of the league campaign, and it's all boys. The last game of the season at home, which is decent. They're tough opponents, but there's still some big games to come. We've got Chacarita Juniors in the Argentinian Cup. So we've also got Quilmes in the next game in the league, and they're currently sitting top of the table. So there's some tricky stuff going on in here. And then we have all boys on that last day of the season, which will be our next episode. Let's just go and check in with this league. The cup competition is kind of starting out and finishes next season. It's a bit weird how they do that to my mind, but that seems to be how it works here. So we're just starting that one out. So that's starting for another day, as it were. And so next episode, we come back, we play the final league match in the Primera B Nacional, see if we can confirm our playoff spot, and then after that we'll go into those playoffs in future episodes and see if we can do better at it this time round than we did last time. I think we're a better side, I think we're playing better. Can we get Orozco back into full fitness by then? Let's hope so. Let's hope that we can give a real push to getting up into the next division. That's for another day though. Next episode, we come back and finish the league campaign and just see if we can secure the playoff places. So basically that's going to do it for us today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join my United City community. The more the merrier. Click that like button for me. Helps me get seen by lots of other people. Until next time though, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.